And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour live on YouTube. All right, we are here live at Palmyra Bowling Center for our third annual Steve Brown Memorial Tournament. The singles portion of the tournament has been completed. We're going to talk to our Scratch Youth Champion momentarily. We are now on to the finals, the Stepladder Finals of the doubles portion of our event, the blind doubles portion.
Have a good one. Thank you,
sir.
Appreciate it.
Yep. So how this tournament worked is we had a 6-game qualifier, and then that tournament was over. So we have our champions for that, for the Scratch Youth, the Handicap Youth, and the adults. Then the top 8 Scratch Bowlers, the top 8 Handicap Bowlers, and the top 16 adults came to the second round, which was a blind doubles. The Scratch Youth got put together with the odd number finishers in the adults, and the Handicap Bowlers got put together in the even number finishers in a blind draw. They bowled 3 games of qualifying, start over, scores did not carry over, and we went to the top 3. And that's what we're going to be showing you, the stepladder of the top 3. So it looks like we are ready for player introductions. Are you ready, Matthew?
I am.
Take it away.
All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Palmyra Bowling Center for the finals of our third annual Steve Brown Memorial Scholarship Tournament. This afternoon, you will get to see our top 3 teams in the doubles portion of the event bowl a Baker Stepladder Final. So we'll have 2 games, 3 versus 2 seed, 1-game match. Winners will advance to take on the top seed for the title. Okay? But before I introduce our 3 teams in the doubles finals, I want to introduce our singles champions for this year's Steve Brown Memorial Tournament. In the Scratch division,
Excuse me.
at plus 175 in the Scratch division for 6 games today, getting the title and a $200 scholarship and plaque went to Drew Jaquith.
So Drew Jaquith was your Scratch Division champion for the 6 games, plus 176, I believe I heard him say.
All right, and then in the handicap division, our winner today receiving a $200 scholarship and the first place plaque for a singles title at plus 152 for 6 games is Bryce Klein.
Bryce Klein, your handicap champion. He was plus 152.
And then in our adult division, our winner taking home a $500 cash prize and the first place plaque for the singles title at plus 198 for 6 games is Matt Pine.
Matt Pine, plus 198 for 6, was the adult champion. So once we get the picture taken, we will get Drew back here because the other 2 bowlers made it to the finals of our doubles.
Okay, all right, those were our singles champions. Now it is time to introduce our blind doubles teams for the stepladder. Starting with the Scratch division, our number 3 seed team is Aiden Davis and Dominic DeTillo.
Aiden Davis and Dominic DeTillo are your 3
In
seed.
the first Baker
in
Stepladder
scratch.
match, they will be taking on our number 2 seeds, Mason Doan and Chris Lucchese.
Mason Doan, Chris Lucchese, your number 2 seed.
And the winner of that semifinal match will take on our tournament leaders at plus 122 for the 3-game doubles portion, Lucas Francis and Matt Pine.
Lucas Francis and Matt Pine are your
Let's have a nice
leaders.
hand for our 3 scratch teams for this afternoon's doubles finals. Okay, now it is time to introduce our 3 handicap team finals. Our number 3 seeds are Rihanna Gonzalez and Garth Garland.
Rihanna Gonzalez and Garth Garland, your number 3 seeds.
In the first match, they will be taking on our number 2 seeds, Josh Lamoureux and Jason Boyer.
Josh Lamoureux, Jason Boyer, your number 2 seed.
And the winner of that 1-game match will take on our tournament leaders at plus 83 for 3 games is Bryce Klein and Chad Smoltz.
Bryce Klein, Chad Smoltz are your leaders in the
Let's have a
handicap
nice
division.
hand for our 3 handicap teams for the doubles Baker Stepladder Final.
All right, so while we're warming up for match number 1, we're going to
All
talk
right, we will begin our first of the first of the 2 matches, our semifinals, Baker style.
We're going to talk to our Scratch Youth Champion today, Drew Jaquith. Congratulations, Drew.
Thank you, Jason.
Normally we would be on camera, so everybody would say I just shook your hand.
Yep.
But we're not on camera right now. So, is this your first singles victory in the Scratch division?
Yep.
How many overall do you?
4.
4? All right. So, Wall Street version 2 was our pattern today.
Yep.
How did you go about hitting it?
I used the conspiracy theory. I kind of played around the outside up 15 and between up 15 and 10. And as I went on, I got lucky and followed some people who were using urethane and was able to keep my line and use a stronger ball and get the hold in there.
Got ya. So you are in college now, right?
Nope, not yet.
Oh, okay, but you are out of high school.
Yes, I'm out of
Okay.
high school.
All right. Planning on going to college.
Yep.
So what do you do with yourself?
I am working a lot.
Working a lot. Well, working is good. Where do you work at?
222 Dutch Lanes.
Oh, you're working in a bowling center.
Yep.
I remember those days. I remember those days. All too well. So your bowling career has kind of come a long way in a short period of time.
Yep.
I mean, I remember when you were young and, and now you're old and,
Yep.
Yeah.
I think this is my 11th year on the PJBT tour.
Wow, that's amazing. You've been around almost for, when you bowl next year, you'll be around for half the time.
Yep.
Half the time. You're one of our, residents.
Yep.
So you've seen a lot of the changes that I've seen now. This is my 10th year, not helping out for 10 years, but this is my 10th year, coming around. So yeah, we've been a part of a lot of changes.
Yep.
A lot of changes. But Palmyra is not one of them.
Palmyra stayed the same for
Yeah,
the most part.
yeah. Yeah, this place doesn't seem to change that much. So who do you want to thank for your title today?
I want to thank Coach Mike Moss and Lane Tamer's Pro Shop for being the best and helping me with everything I do. I want to thank Mom for bringing me here and always sticking with me, and Bethany and a lot of my other friends that are here. Well, Bethany as my sister. I want to say hi to my dad, who's working right now. And thank you, Jason.
Well, that's
Because
awfully
we
nice
always
of
got
you.
to thank Jason.
Always got to thank the fat guy. Absolutely. So does Mike drill your equipment?
Mike gives me the layouts for my equipment. Eric
Right.
Montgomery drills my equipment. When I have the chance to have Mike to drill my equipment, I always jump on it. But for the
Got ya.
meantime, Eric drills most of my stuff.
Got ya. So how did you like the format of this tournament? Being just a 6-game qualifier, then done, and then we went into blind doubles.
I really like it because there's 2 separate chances for people to make money and win.
Who Who were you teamed up with in the doubles portion?
Chris Hutzel,
Chris Hudson. All right. What'd you guys finish at?
plus 21. We were second after game 2, but we hit a bad pair being 1 and 2, and 167, 148 for both of us.
Yeah, that's gonna knock you right out there.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it.
But I was lucky to bowl with Chris because I bowled with Chris before at the Midway doubles, and Chris is also a part of Lane Tamer's Pro Shop as well.
Got ya. So the blind draw worked out pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah, at least friendship-wise.
Yep.
Yeah. So are we going to see you next week at Clearview?
Yep. I am
All right.
with Clearview.
Who are you bowling with?
Derek Keller and Jordan Kaler.
Okay. All right, Drew, we will let you go. I appreciate you coming in for a few minutes. Once again, our Scratch Division champion, his very first Scratch championship, 4th overall. So he says. I will verify that when I post it on the website, though.
All right.
To verify that.
Well, you're going to have to go the whole way back to 2013.
Well, it's been 9 years since you won a tournament.
Well, no. So I won
Okay.
the Berks Major in handicap in 2013. Then I won a Trindles doubles with Trevor, and then I won this tournament 2 years ago with Kevin Whitmer.
Got ya. Well, the good news is on my sheet, all I gotta do is type in Drew
Yep.
Jakewith.
All
And
right.
it'll search for Drew Jakewith,
Awesome.
and I will see exactly how many times Drew Jakewith is there. Yes. All right, Drew. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you for having me.
All right. So as we get ready to start our Stepladder Final, the 3 seed versus the 2 seed. This is a Baker doubles. So this does not follow our typical adult junior format. So I would expect to see, at least on the handicap side, obviously the junior bowler bowl the odd frames and the adult bowler bowl the even frames. That may not be the case though on the scratch side, because we got some really good scratch bowlers, youth bowlers out there. So it looks like Team Gonzalez will be getting 4 pins on the handicap side. Scratch will be on the left, handicap will be on the right. We are on lanes 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'll put up scoreboards in a moment. So the cool thing about this event, we get to see some of our adult bowlers. We have the father of who I call the cheese bowling.
Don't you pronounce the last name like 3 different ways? Like French, Italian, and something else?
Sure. No, I pronounce your nickname 3 different ways.
That's not mine. What's his?
The cheese, lay cheese, and then something else.
What's the other one?
Dom, move for a second.
Okay, bowling fans, time to begin our semifinal Baker matches for today. On the scratch side, we have number 2 seed, Mason Doan and Chris Lucchese, taking on number 3 seed, Aiden Davis and Dominic Catillo. Doan and Lucchese have elected to start the match on lane 3. They're going to go in the order of Doan and Lucchese. The other team will go Catillo first and Davis second. On the handicap side, we have number 2 seed, Josh Lamoureux and Jason Boyer, taking on number 3 seed, Brianna Gonzalez and Garth Garland. Josh and Jason have elected to start the match on lane 5. They're going to go in the order of Josh and then Jason. And for you guys, we're going to go Brianna first and Garth second. The difference in handicap is 8 divided by 2 for 1 score. You get 4 pins handicap. Okay? All right, bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our semifinalists.
All right, off we go. If you heard for the adult in the scratch match, looks like Aiden Davis will be going second. So the youth bowler finishing. So Mason Doan starting off with a 10-pin. We got Lamoureux Boyer starting us off on the handicap side. They will be on lane number 5. Ten-pin for Josh. I was watching him bowl a little bit. He's pretty good. Pretty good young bowler. All right, we got Deadwood coming all the way up the lane. Josh makes his spare. You want to go grab that Deadwood on 3 that's like at the arrows?
Oh, Jesus. Yes.
Brianna Gonzalez with a strike for her team. So this will be our first look at Garth Garland. Garth Garland. His shirt says Garmin DeGreat. Interesting. So as usual, our message board is live and operational. Should you wish to chime in, let me know where you're watching us from today. Hope to see you at our next event, our 3-person team event at Clearview Lanes. Get your reservation in now. Only the top 32 teams, or the first 32 teams, get to bowl with each other. Garland with a strike as well. Dom DeTillo now going to start us off again. The team of DeTillo and Aiden Davis going adult and then youth. Thank you. Jason Boyer now up. Frame 2, lane 6. His team working on a spare. And he gets a strike. Aiden Davis up. Well, Pete, you're about to watch Cheesy throw a bowling ball. So we're about to watch Chris Lucchese, also known as Lou, or Cheesy.
Have a good night, Jason.
Have a good one, dude.
Hi, Jason.
Congratulations. All right, Chris up now, second frame. His team working off of a spare. And 9 and a wiggle. Josh Lamoureux shooting at his second 10-pin, and he's 2 for 2. And Casey now up, shooting at his 10-pin, and he makes it. Joining me in the booth, tournament director Matt. How's it going, Matt?
Hello there, Jason. Want to thank everybody for coming out today. Great turnout today for our event for the Steve Brown Memorial. Steve would be very excited about our 82 bowlers who came out to bowl today. We had 57 youth bowlers and 25 adult bowlers. Some exciting bowling out there today, and here we are in the doubles finals.
So, why don't you tell everybody who watches us who Steve Brown was and why he's so important to us?
Well, Steve actually was I would say he was a coach, he was a spectator, and he was a sponsor. A couple of years ago, Steve would come out to every tournament. He did not have any kids in it. He just loved the game of bowling, and he came out to watch our youth bowl. Some of them he tried to coach and help, and then eventually became a sponsor of the PJBT. And unfortunately, he passed away a couple of years ago. I don't recall the exact year. I want to say it was maybe around 2018. But he was a big influence on a lot of our youth bowlers. And yeah, we started this event in his name because it is one of the most unique events that we run during the season. We don't have an event other than this one where we actually have a singles and a doubles tournament in the same tournament.
Yes.
And he always loved unique formats. He was always a big fan of trying something different. So, and this format's been something that we've seen used in the adult version of like an over-under type tournament. So we modified it to this format where they bowl singles and the results are final for the singles, and then we do blind doubles for the doubles, and that puts us where we are.
Yes.
So I think Steve would be proud. I mean, we ran this event the last time in September of 2020, obviously still during the somewhat COVID type era, we'll say, and we had a total of 50-some people here last September. So this event drew much better today with 82 bowlers. So we want to thank everybody for coming out.
Yes, I remember Steve fondly. What I remember most about Steve is, besides he was here just about every week, so no matter where we were, he was. His passion for helping youth.
Yes.
He loved watching kids, working with kids. He just gave back.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, and at all costs too.
Yes.
I mean, he was there every week to support the kids. Probably one memory I have that a lot of people probably try to forget, but he stood up for our bowlers when we had an issue at best one year. You know, he tried to stand up for our bowlers that they were bowling for big money. So, yeah, he was always a big supporter of youth bowling, and yeah, we're happy to honor him today.
Yes. All right, so the team of Mason Doan, and we'll just call him Lou, spare triple, and the team of Dom Patillo and Aiden Davis, double, open, strike, and now another split for Dom. Interesting, that team has decided to let the youth bowler bowl the even frames.
Correct. I gave them the option, and I told them if they didn't give me an option, then the youth went first and the adult second. Oh, and on the handicap side, we have a very close match as Rihanna chops her spare, so they have 87 with their handicap in the fifth. Their opponents, Lamoureux and Boyer, they are, at the moment, 12 pins, actually only 2 pins behind. On the scratch side, Aiden steps up in frame number 6. Good shot. Garth Garland comes in high, leaving the 4-9. That's a tough one. Pretty good shot there. Once again, I don't know if you talked about the pattern we're bowling on today.
I just mentioned it, that was it.
We bowled on Wall Street.
Version 2.
Version 2. And no 300 today yet.
Shockingly, again.
We had a 290.
And there will not be a 300.
Correct. That will carry over our $325, I want to say. Something along that line.
It's getting up there.
320 maybe to next week at the 3-person team tournament.
Yeah, we probably want to tell everybody at check-in next week what it is at, because we could probably just about get everybody to enter that next week.
I'm pretty confident in that. Yes.
For $1, yeah.
Boyer with a great shot, leaving the 7-pin on the handicap side. Mason Dome with another strike, so they are not stepping off the gas.
Oh.
Again, this is the first of 2 matches. Our stepladder today is just the top 3. We took the top 8 teams from scratch and handicap to the doubles, and we took the top 16 adults. And every other position, all the odd bowlers bowled on the scratch side, the even bowlers bowled on the handicap side, based on their finishing spot in the singles portion.
Totillo with a strike, so they're going to need to basically strike out. They strike out there at 223. Doan Casey could strike out for 279.
Yeah, they have to strike out and hope they need some help. Yeah, they need some help. On the handicap side, we have a 2-pin match. 2-pin match on the handicap side as Josh steps up. Josh
And he
gets a
strikes.
strike.
Crossed over. Got the 10 out. So they're clean through 7.
Josh finished 3rd in the singles portion of the event. Rihanna finished 4th. And our tournament leader, Bryce Klein, he was the singles champion. Great shot there for Rihanna. On the scratch side, you see Aiden Davis bowling right now. He finished 5th in the singles event.
Yeah, I saw her stand.
Mason did not cash in the singles event. And our tournament leader, Lucas Francis, was the 3rd place finisher in the singles portion.
Well, Mason's cashing now.
He is.
They will be moving on to the finals.
Garland gets 2, so they post a 120 in the 8th, so they can only max out at 184 on the handicap side. So that opens the door. That opens the door for Lamoureux and Boyer. Boyer up in the 8th. Big shot here for Boyer. And he leaves a 10-pin. So they can only now max out at 214. So there's still some room there. Match not completely over. Our scratch match has come to a conclusion as Davis leaves a 7-pin, converts a spare. They will post a score in the 2 O's. strike for Doan and Lucchese, so they are completely lined up. We'll see if that affects them in the second and final match. $200 posted score for Davis and Tillo in defeat. On the handicap side, a big strike there for Josh Lamoureux. Big shot for them, so now basically they just need a mark.
That's if Gonzalez and Garland strike out.
Correct. Lou comes up high. Lou comes up high, but they will be in the 260s. Lou makes the spare.
Look at Lou
Now
go.
he's showing off.
Look at Lou go.
He makes the split. 266 to 200 is our match on the scratch side. Brianna leaves the 710. She gets one.
So Lamoureux and Boyer will be moving on.
Okay, so our handicap finishers are finishing up. Again, the scratch match went 266 to 200. Doan and Lucchese over Davis and Datillo. And on the handicap side, it is going to be Lamoureux and Boyer advancing to the finals over Gonzalez and Garland. Lamoureux and Boyer are going to be in the 190s. Gonzalez and Garland will finish up with 153 with their handicap. And then I will give out some awards and we'll head into the finals.
Yes, we shall.
And I'll let Jason talk about the upcoming schedule. We have lots going on in the next couple weeks, and I know I've been teasing it, but the big announcement will be coming out this week as we have finalized sponsorships and so forth. So we have a very big announcement we're going to make on our Facebook page and website this coming week. So make sure you watch for it.
All right, so in the handicap side, Lamoureux Boyer 192 to Gonzalez and Garland 153. All right, we'll give out our awards for our third place finishers, and then we will move on to the finals.
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes our semifinal matches for the doubles. Our third place finishers in the scratch division. The youth bowler getting a $50 scholarship and award. The adult bowler a $50 payout goes to Aiden Davis and Dominic Datillo.
Davis and Datillo, $50 scholarship, 50 in cash.
Yes, I am. And I'm running out of room with the mix.
Keep it.
Our third place finishers in the handicap division. The youth bowler getting a $50 scholarship and award. The adult bowler getting a $50 payout goes to Rihanna Gonzalez and Garth Cortland.
Rihanna Gonzalez. Garth Garland, third place.
All right, on to our title matches.
In the handicap division. All right, so let's talk about our upcoming events next week. We head into March the 6th. Our 3-person annual team tournament at Clearview Lanes. 10:30 start time. Now, pay attention. So we could take up to, I believe it's 42 teams for this event, but you want to make sure you are in the first 32 teams because they only have 32 lanes. So as long as you are signed up in the first 32, you get to bowl with your entire team. Team 33 will be placed separately. So let's just say team 33 is a scratch team. One bowler will bowl on lane 1, one bowler will bowl on lane 2, one bowler will bowl on lane 3. And the next team will go on 4, 5, and 6, and so on and so on and so on. So you want to definitely be in the top 32. See you, Aiden. See you Friday.
Yeah, Friday. Yep.
If you want to guarantee yourself, sign up now on our website at www.pjbtbowlingseries.com. That's www.pjbtbowlingseries.com. All it takes is a $20 deposit to hold the spot for your team. Get it in as soon as possible. The following week, it's our March Major. In March, the major's at Haja Rose Bowl. That's the 13th at 10:30. Haja is up in the Allentown area. Then on the 20th, we have our annual Super Adult Junior Tournament. What's super about it, you say? Well, it's 2 adults and 2 juniors. And we're going to a new bowling center for the first time. We are going to Summit Lanes up in Pocono Summit, Pennsylvania. We're heading up to the Poconos. That should be fun. I toured the bowling center a few months ago. It's going to be very interesting up there. Have you ever been there, Matthew?
I have.
It's going to be very interesting.
States there one time.
Did you? And then, to finish off the month of March, we have our makeup major event from the one that was postponed in January at the brand new, as of this week, Steel City Bowl and Brew, which was Town and Country Lanes in Bethlehem. That is Sunday, March the 27th with a 10:30 start time. So those are our next 4 events. If you want to see the rest of our schedule, you can go to our website at www.pjbtbowlingseries.com. That's www.pjbtbowlingseries.com. As Matthew hinted, we are going to make our big announcement of something that's coming up later this season on our Facebook page. If you are not following our Facebook page, now is the time to do it. Our Facebook page is PJBT Youth Information Page. That's PJBT Youth Information Page. Go on it now, follow it. We just have to approve you. And if this is your first time joining us on YouTube, thank you very much. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. And if you have your notifications turned on, you will be notified each and every time we go live on the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour. Season 23. Wow. Hard to believe. Danielle, I do not know how many people we have signed up yet. So I don't think we're at 32 yet. So sign up now.
I can give you an update on that question.
Okay.
My understanding was we were around 23 to 24 teams already.
All right. Matthew says we're somewhere in the low 20s, low to mid 20s. So figure 23 or 24-ish. I would say by tonight, we will be close to that 32. Danielle, go to our website right now. $20 deposit holds your spot.
Yeah, but she never comes and watches my bowling.
It's like an every week of
Lou making it to a finals.
Should have announced the raffle. It's easy. I won the ball. I forgot.
Yeah, Lou's been on a hot streak today.
Listen, they never say my last name. Jason knows how to say my last name, but he never knows.
So Lou's daughter, La Cheese, is complaining.
You see, that was kind of...
That's the cheese.
La Cheese.
Ours gets slaughtered all the time.
That was a disrespectful.
She says I don't pronounce their last name correctly, so for Miss Lucchese,
See, ours gets slaughtered all the time. I'm Josh's dad.
Lamoureux.
Yeah. Lamoureux. It's usually Matt.
Matt.
The best tournament when he won it last year, it was like because he led all 10 games, and all 10 games it came out different. It was hilarious.
Yeah, he always says names
Right.
wrong. Always.
We're going to call him the cheese man.
Right. Because my wife texted me, goes, "Do you think they might get their name right eventually?"
Cheese man.
I don't care what they call him as long as he's bowling well.
Well, do you want to pronounce Lamoureux or Lamoureux?
It doesn't matter either way.
Well, which one is the right way?
Lamoureux is the right, but it doesn't matter.
All right.
Usually they call us. They usually sound the X.
All I know is you're French.
Yeah.
Yeah, breakfast and granola. Then we can stop at Zero Lights Chicken.
All right, so we have the adult champion in this match in Matt Pine, and we have the youth handicap champion in this match. Good job, Danielle.
Okay, bowling fans, time to begin our title match for tonight's Steve Brown Memorial Scholarship Tournament, sponsored by Lane Tamer's Pro Shop and the PJBT Max Scholarship Program. On the scratch side, we have top seed Lucas Francis and Matt Pine taking on number 2 seed Mason Doan and Chris Lucchese. Lucas and Matt will go in that order, and they will start the match on lane 3. Chris and Mason are going to flip their order, so Chris will go first and Mason second. Okay? On the handicap side, we have top seed Bryce Klein and Chad Smoltz taking on number 2 seed Josh Lamoureux and Jason Boyer. Bryce and Chad have elected to have Josh and Jason start the match. On lane 5, they will keep the same order, Josh and then Jason. Bryce will go before Chad on their game. All right, bowling fans. Oh, and there's no handicap on this side. You guys both teams are above 399, so these are both scratch matches for the title in doubles. All right, bowling fans, let's give a nice hand for our finalists for this afternoon's PJBT.
All right, off we go to the finals. It's a scratch match on the handicap side. And so the team of Doan and Lucchese have flip-flopped. So to keep the bowlers on the same lanes, Lucchese is going to be starting, and Doan will be finishing. So we have an adult going first. Lucas Francis and Matt Pine. That is a powerful, powerful team. Boy, that's a powerful team. That's going to be hard to beat. Lucas starts out coming in a touch high. Leaves an 8-pin. Lamoureux. Beautiful shot as well. Leaves a 7-pin, which you've got to get set up. Can you call that in? If it works. Lucas Francis makes his spare.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's what it is.
I saw.
Still has now hard. No, it's
Casey, 7-10.
Good evening, late callers. If you go over your average today, we're going to fill out an entry with the single solution or certificate. The entry forms and box are presented by Connor. This week's single solution dinner winner is Ronnie Gordon for the winner seniors. Your chamois in the game is to get a shrink, and you win a hot dog coupon. Get a representative ready.
It's not a fuck. Tell him on lane 5 it's a 7-pin, not a 5-pin.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
All right, so Lucchese coming off the week 7-10. Got one. Mason Doan with a strike. Matt Pine with a strike. Lucas Francis up in the third. We're still trying to get the right pin put up on lane 5.
Want to mention between our singles and doubles event today, we gave away over $3,000 in prizes.
7-pin for Francis.
Most importantly for our youth bowlers, the win in the singles event for Drew Jakewith and Bryce Klein count as a title. And then we count the doubles winners as a title winner today. So
2 titles. Look at us go.
Yep. The only event during the year we crowned two champions in each division that advanced to
Francis misses the 7-pin.
advances
Rare
to
miss.
Championship Sunday.
So after all that,
Josh
Lamoureux.
was, yep, not able to
Missed.
convert. So
All right, our first look at Bryce Klein, who was the winner of the handicap youth. He'll be moving up to the scratch division in short order. He's almost there.
I was figuring I was going to turn around.
4-9.
4-9, pretty good shot.
What?
They took the piece off and they're gone.
So he might be matching their opponents with the 9 in the first, unless he can convert the spare.
70-some miles.
10-pin for Mason Doan.
I know they was doing that.
Klein doesn't get one, so it's 9-8 at the moment after frame 1.
Hey. Guys. Lower the volume, please.
Doan picks up his spare. Now we get our first look at Chad Smoltz on the Klein Smoltz team. Pretty good first shot, just a little flat 10 pin.
Where did he finish in the adults?
I can tell you. A lot of paperwork today.
You do have a lot of paperwork there.
Let's see. Chad actually finished in 10th. He finished 10th out of 25 today in the adult portion. Chris Casey finished 7th. Jason Boyer, who you see bowling in the finals, he finished in 2nd.
So we have our top 2 adult bowlers bowling.
We do.
And we have one of our top youth.
Klein picks up his spare, so it'll be a 10-pin lead for Doan and Lucchese. 4 frames into the title match. Meanwhile, handicap side, Jason Boyer with a strike. I think he switched balls. Big move for him.
He did. All right, let's see if Lucas can get on the board with a strike here in the 5th. His team trails by 10.
2-4-7. Looked like that ball was left, or I'm sorry, right for him. Looked like it was right off his hand.
He does throw a really nice ball.
On the handicap side, Josh leaves the 6-10. I believe he came back to get his spare ball.
Francis covers. All right. Lucchese now up. We call Lucchese Lou, by the way. He's up in the 5th. His team working off of a spare. Lou playing deep inside.
Getting nice ball reaction, too. Nice solid strike there.
Let's go!
Josh picks up his spare.
Quick story. I got a message this week from Lou.
Yeah.
He was like, you know, between me and my daughter, I don't want to bring like 18 or 20 bowling balls. You know, I don't want to ask you what the pattern is, but can you, like, he's looking for hints. At that time, we hadn't picked it yet, so I had to tell him, it's not like I could tell you anyway, Lou. Yeah, he was doing a little fishing. doing a little.
Well, I think he did okay without knowing.
He did. Although he did tell me that he brought a couple bowling balls that he absolutely didn't need.
On the handicap side, Bryce Klein splits. So he leaves 4-6-7. So they post 34 in the 3rd. And on the scratch side, Mason Doan misses his spare, which opens up the door for Francis and Pine.
Yes, so if Pine and Francis find a way to double here in the 6th and 7th, they'll take the lead.
Great shot there for Matt. Once again, using urethane. I want to point out as we were running our tournament today that we had on the Tournament of Champions for the PBA, and I won't give away who won for anybody who didn't see it yet, but a lot of urethane going down the lane today. So it's very common nowadays with these patterns to really get a more smoother reaction.
I could understand on our pattern why people would be throwing urethane. There's not a lot of oil on the outside part of the lane. And if you pull up Wall Street version 2, it's pretty dry out there. We went with a recreational pattern today, and it's 10 or 11 to 1 is the ratio, and even for a rec pattern, that's pretty large ratio.
Wait, I'm supposed to say La Cheesy. One of our fans out there on the message board would like me to say La Cheesy. So Francis got a big strike on the left lane to put a double up for their team. So at the moment, Francis and Pine have taken the lead back in that match. They can max out at 235. Doan and Lucchese can only max out at 226, so they have a good match going.
And they retake the lead.
Doan gets a strike to force them to continue. On the handicap side, Boyer goes light, leaving the 3-5-6. He'll look to pick up this spare, and if he can convert the spare, it'll be a 12-pin lead for Lamoureux and Boyer. And he does. So 12-pin lead through 4 frames on the handicap side. Once again, Francis and Pine, though, if they continue to strike and strike out, they can shut out their opponents. Great shot there for Matt.
I think he missed a little bit on that shot. Missed left, and that ball held. But
again, urethane, though. So that makes a huge difference. On the handicap side, crossing over and a strike for Josh. Now, foundation 9th frame for Lucas Francis.
Big shot right here.
Big shot. Can really force Doan and Lucchese to strike out. And he gets it. Big shot there. 4 in a row for them. On the handicap side, Bryce Klein comes up high but gets a snowplow strike. He'll take it. Still a 12-pin difference as they head to frame 6. Foundation 9th now for Lou. And another great strike. Great ball reaction he's got with that ball. So,
yes, he's in an area of the lane where urethane would not work.
now Mason up to start the 10th frame.
Looking to throw some X's up on the board. Ooh, he gets the 10 to fall forward.
Big shot there. The first one in the 10. And Chad Smokes with a strike, so the first double of the match on the handicap side. Now, if Doan gets the second one in the 10th, that will force their opponents to double in the 10th, and it will be all up to Matt Pine as he will finish the match. So our singles champion will have the pressure on him.
Oh, and he gets the 5 out. All right. But,
wow, interesting shot there.
But he's going to need good count here to force them to double. We have the possibility of a tie. He's going to need 9 to force them to double. If he gets 8, strike 9 spare
is a winner.
Is a tie.
There's a tie, right. And on the handicap side, Boyer strikes, putting up a double for Lamoureux Boyer, so both teams with the double working. And he
All
fills it
right.
up, 226.
All right.
So that will leave it up to Matt Pine. Matt Pine will need a double. Josh comes in a little bit high, leaving a 4-9. Josh gets 122 in the 7th. Okay, big shot here. Matt Pine, first ball of the 10th, must strike.
And he gave it room again like he did in the ace, and this time it broke just a touch early. And I'm going to say this was an upset. Matthew Doan and Lou.
And Chris Lucchese. Lou.
Lou.
Gonna take it home.
All right, back over to the handicap match we go. Working on 3 in a row. Giving it room. Make that 4 in a row.
Small. Scratch match comes to an end, 226 to 214. Mason Doan and Chris Lucchese taking home the title.
All right, Jason Boyer up, frame 8. He's crossing over.
So if Boyer spares here, they can max out at 202. Their opponents are on a 210 pace. Yes, Danielle, Mr. Lucchese. Lucchese is the winner. You have a fan club that wants me to call you Lucchese.
Yeah.
Boyer gets the spare.
That was an intense match.
Great shot in the 9th for Josh.
Big foundation strike there.
Yep.
Keep his opponents in check.
But depending upon what happens here, it may be a little too late.
Great shot there by Bryce. So
Yep.
good adjustment. He didn't strike early in the match in the first and third frames, but that's now 3 in a row for him individually on the right lane. So good adjustment for him. So that brings up Chad here in the 10th. Basically a mark.
He needs a mark.
Needs a mark to win.
If he goes 9 miss, they could lose by a pin. If my addition is right.
The only one I need
He's got to make a 10 pin.
So, actually, 9 miss would put them at 201.
Yep.
So they could
Lose by a
potentially
pin.
lose by a pin.
Yep. That's what I
But
said.
it's, okay, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't. I thought you said maybe a tie.
No.
Spare here, and the match is pretty locked up. And he does.
And that'll do it. Bryce Klein, Chad Smalls. So Bryce goes 2 for 2.
He does. So the handicap side will finish the way they started. 211 for Klein and Smoltz. One more shot for Jason Boyer. Put them in the 180s. Final score, 211 to 181. All right, time to give out our final awards, and then I'm going to send them back for final interviews with Jason. You are watching. I'll let you finish.
The third annual Steve Brown Memorial Tournament. Coming at you live from Palmyra Bowling Center, Palmyra, Pennsylvania.
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes our third annual Steve Brown Memorial Scholarship Tournament. Finishing runner-up in the scratch division for the doubles portion. The youth bowler getting a $75 scholarship and award, and the adult bowler a $75 payout goes to Lucas Francis and our singles champion Matthew Pine.
Lucas Francis, Matthew Pine, second place in the doubles portion of our event.
Our runner-up finishers in the handicap division, the youth bowler getting a $75 scholarship and award, the adult bowler a $75 payout goes to Josh Lamoureux and Jason Boyer.
Josh Lamoureux, Jason Boyer, second place, handicap division in the doubles portion of our event.
Okay, now it's time to crown our doubles champion, starting with the scratch adult bowler, winning the first place prize of $150 cash, and the first place plaque for the doubles title goes to Chris Lucchese. Lou!
Chris Lucchese, the adult champion of our doubles today.
And his youth partner in the doubles portion, getting a title $150 scholarship, and the doubles of acrylic plaque goes to Mason Doan.
Mason Doan, your youth doubles champion.
Okay, and on the handicap side for our champions, the adult bowler receiving a $150 cash prize and the first place acrylic plaque, or the first place plaque, I should say, for the doubles win, goes to Chad Smoltz.
Chad Smoltz, adult handicap champion in the doubles.
And a sweep for the handicap division champion today. He won the singles portion of today's event, now the doubles portion. An additional $150 scholarship and a second acrylic plaque goes to Bryce Klein.
Bryce Klein, your handicap champion in both the singles and
All right, we'll get a picture with our winners and we'll send them back for final interviews. Stay tuned for those final interviews, and don't forget to join us next Sunday as we will be at Clearview Lanes in Mountjoy, PA for the three-person team tournament finals next Sunday afternoon. Thank you, everyone.
all right, let me go set up the camera for our interviews.
Dad, don't forget, not landscape.
This is heavy. I'm not strong.
Try to get out of your camera shot.
You're good.
Yeah, Bryce, you better thank G-Man. Nah.
All right, so we are here with our handicap champions today in the doubles portion. We got Bryce Klein. Shake hands. Alrighty then. Chad Smoltz.
Yes, sir.
I'll mess that one up
That's
every
all right.
time. You're actually a double winner today. Winning the singles portion on the handicap youth side and then the doubles portion. And you finished 10th, I believe?
Yeah, I was kind of middle of the road, I
Middle of
think.
the road?
for-
Okay.
Yeah.
So, let's talk about the doubles portion. What came together for the two of you that propelled you to the top seed?
Well, I didn't really bowl great, but he kind of carried me through. I just bowled like 200s,
Okay.
190s.
So you bowled your average, basically.
Yeah.
And obviously you must have lit it up then. Well, at
I
least
did.
for
3 games.
for
the
3
last
games.
3
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, how did you attack Wall Street version 2?
I just threw the purple ball the whole time.
The purple ball the entire day?
Yep.
Okay.
And it worked.
That
It
purple
always
ball
works.
works a lot.
Yeah.
And you, sir?
I threw 900 Global Wolverine all day. They were pretty tight to begin with, right around 25 to 10 or so, and then the last game really opened it up in the middle.
Got ya.
That was a big move in for me.
All right. So did they change a lot from the singles portion to the doubles portion?
Yeah, after the time we were waiting to see where we were, they really tightened up.
Uh-huh.
And you had to be more precise where you threw it. There wasn't a lot of misread.
Yeah, but you threw the purple ball.
Yeah. I mean,
That one strikes no matter what.
yeah. Throw it anywhere.
What'd you find?
I didn't move much from our adult tournament to the doubles version. Like I said, until that last game, I made a big jump in there. But I moved maybe 3 or 4 left with my feet. Target stayed the same, until the last game. And I moved to the end.
So I'm not sure. I would have to go back and check the record books, but we may not have ever had a one-day double winner before.
That's why this guy's going to need a U-Haul to go home.
That's
man.
possible.
Yeah.
That's possible. Who would you like to thank?
I'd like to thank my grandma. You know, she's my good luck charm. I always bowl
Your
good with
grandma?
her.
Yeah,
One that
you.
jinxed me.
Yeah.
Yeah, who? Earlier he was complaining that she spent $8 for breakfast once. He offered to buy her breakfast, and
Oh, then she spent more.
she
than
spent
what-
$8.
Oh,
Yeah.
What did she
It's,
think?
Yeah.
it's maple donuts. can't be that expensive.
Is that the same grandma that said, "Hey, you get 15 strikes in a row,"
Yeah.
and I barely hit the headpin on the next one?
Yeah. You know, I did before we started it. I asked her if she was bowling today.
Oh, did
and
she
yeah,
bowl? She bowled?
she said she
Oh,
didn't
wow.
want to. She doesn't want to embarrass anybody
You got you.
because she said she would have just crushed us all.
Right. Yeah.
Grandmas are like that.
They are.
You know.
They are. Yes.
Who else?
G-Man the Great. He
German.
told
Yeah?
he told me to move, and it worked after my 2 splits.
Got it. Well, G-Man. How long have you been bowling for?
A year two-handed.
Just a year. And who drills your equipment?
Bowler supply.
Bowler's Supply.
Yeah.
That's because you bowled down that way?
Yeah.
Yeah?
At Colony.
What grade are you in?
10th
10th grade.
Yeah.
What high school?
Central York.
They have a team.
Yep.
Did I see you at districts yesterday?
Yeah, I was there. I didn't bowl well.
Got ya. So you were there.
Yeah.
So I did see you.
Yeah.
Got ya. You, sir.
Thanks, Scott Shirk, drills all my stuff out of Shirk's Pro Shop here.
Yep.
My wonderful fiance for supporting me all day. My family, they tag along to stuff like this. It's a long day for them sometimes, but totally supportive. But 900 Global, the best equipment out there.
You had a fan. Someone said, "Way to go, Bryce,"
Yeah.
on the message board. Yeah.
Right? Any,
So,
Messages on there.
any chance you guys might team up, maybe in adult junior later?
I think there's a good chance.
Yeah?
There's a good chance.
Yeah, because you're going to be in the scratch division in a short order.
Yeah.
Definitely next season. No reason for you to be an handicap average of 190, that's for sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, your handicap champions in the doubles portion of the Steve Brown Memorial, also taking home the singles championship on the handicap side, Mr. Bryce Klein and Mr. Chad Smoltz. Yeah, I got one right.
You got it. You got it.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you very
Thank
much.
you. All right, let's bring in our scratch division champion. We got Mason Doan coming in, and we got Chris Lucchese. All right, Mason Doan, Chris Lucchese, congratulations.
Thank you.
So, your boy Pete was talking some smack in here during the match.
Oh, really?
You see up on the message board, making sure you bring it now during the Super Adult Junior in a few weeks.
It's already been brought in.
Yeah, it's already been brought in. So, where did you finish in the singles portion?
I don't even know. I think 6 or 7.
And you finished somewhere.
I finished probably one spot out of the cash. So I almost had to stay for nothing, but it was a good thing I made
Yeah.
it.
I think I was one spot out of cash too.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's so I'm. So I said that your match finished as an upset. To be honest, if I was a betting man, I would have made your opponents the favorite in the match.
Yeah, they looked really good all
You know,
day.
they
probably
did.
would have too.
Yeah,
Yeah, Matt led the whole tournament. For
He did.
adults.
He did.
Lucas shot like 770 his last
yeah,
two games.
yeah. But in a one-game match, anything could happen.
Yeah.
And I also told the story how earlier this week how somebody messaged me trying to get a little inside information on what pattern I was choosing for the event today. Wasn't you.
No, I know it wasn't me.
Wasn't you. Yeah, it was somebody else. Might have been somebody who you're partnered with.
I have the whole message here. You can see it if you want. I said I'm not looking for any inside info. I'm just looking not to bring 20 bowling balls to the center.
In other words, what pattern are you laying so I know what equipment to bring? I didn't tell him what pattern we were laying. I would never do that. If I were to tell what pattern, I would have lied.
Well, now I know if you tell me, I'm going to go opposite.
That's right. So how did you attack Wall Street version 2?
So I started pretty much the same way I finished, playing more closer to the middle, like a break point right around 11. I started with the Zen. I went to the RST, then I switched back to Zen, and in the end I switched back to the RST.
Got ya.
Just throwing a lot of speed and revs, hitting the pocket, that's it.
And Chris?
I started out trying to play a little left of the track. You didn't really want to bump it past 7, I would say. It's not that you would miss the head pin, but there were a lot of 2, 4, 5 combinations. And as they started opening up, I started getting a little lost, and I just went to actually a little higher diff ball, moved my feet left, just opened them up a little bit. It was actually the last ball that went into my bag, and it turned out to be the winner.
What do you know? What do you know? So this is your first time bowling in the center.
Yes.
I'm sure it's not your first time bowling here.
No, I bowled here last year in the same tournament.
But now you know this house plays a little on the tighter side compared to other houses.
Definitely.
Bounces a lot.
Yeah.
It does.
A lot of pin action. I have.
That too.
I have a pin in my backpack that used to be a 10 pin.
You were bouncing pins
Yeah.
out like 3/4 of the way up the lane
Yep.
more than once today.
The pin on the live stream, that was the 3rd place pin.
Yeah. Good thing that the
Yeah.
desk isn't watching the live stream now. They
No.
might come back and take the pin.
We're going to talk to them about the pin.
So this is title number 4?
Yes.
Is this your first, or have you and your daughter won?
No, this is my first. We've had seconds and thirds. I had to not bowl with her to crack the first place here, I guess.
So let's ask the question now with your daughter just sitting a couple feet to your right. Any chance that you two team up in an adult junior and you say to your daughter, you know what, you could bowl with what's his name over there,
I actually think she might.
I
go
never
for
said it, but maybe.
Because
you know, with Mason and you bowl with Pete, she just has to get rid of Riley, and we're good.
Oh no, I already have a team.
Well, that makes my decision easier.
Yeah, I'm bowling with Jason.
Well, but we got lots of adult juniors during the year. You know, it doesn't have to be just the next one. It could be somewhere down the road. I mean, first time you guys got paired together.
We actually worked well together. He gave me a little bit of a spot to throw to, and I just kept creeping left and took advantage of it.
So let me ask you one more question before I ask who you want to thank. What went into the decision to let the youth bowler throw the even frames in the last game? Was it strictly because that was the lanes you guys bowled on the game before, or did one have a better look? Or
Pretty much.
Pretty much. I had a better look on 4.
Like 3, like 4.
Got ya.
We were thinking about switching, but I just had too much over-under on the 2 shots on 3, so we went back.
And then you came up in the 10th and you tripped the 10 forward.
Yeah, but then I messenger 5.
And then you messed wall shot 5.
That was an atomic messenger 5. Let's not kid ourselves.
I've done better messengers on gold pins than that 5 pin, but.
All right, who would you like to thank?
Obviously Bowler X, my parents, and my mama. Well, not my mama, my nana, and my mama, because they all support me.
Mm-hmm.
And my cousin Isabella, because she yelled at me for not giving her a shout out last time I was on the live stream.
Ooh.
So.
She's probably not even watching now.
She definitely is.
Okay, good.
Because I'm pretty sure she texted my dad to let me know to do that.
And we call him, his name's Chris, but we call him Lou.
It's a
So
Facebook
Lou.
thing.
Yes, it is a Facebook thing.
I'd like to thank my wife for allowing us to bowl every weekend. I know it takes up a lot of time. Also like to thank Mason for carrying me through the semis and for throwing the hit that turned out to be the game winner.
Yes.
And I'd like to thank Lee at Bowler X for putting up with me, drawing some new pieces. Everything worked out great.
Ah, so we're Team Bowler X here today.
Yes.
See, for you guys that don't know, Chris, he brings his daughter just about to every single tournament, and he's got a long drive. It's almost better for them to stay overnight.
Oh, we did this time.
Yeah.
ready, 46.
Because they're coming from way northeastern Pennsylvania, way up there.
It's almost New York.
It is almost New York. I know exactly where they're at. I grew up that way myself. All right, taking home the Scratch Division Championship in the doubles portion of our event, Mr. Mason Doe and Chris Lou Casey. Although someone on here likes the fact that we used to call you La Cheesy if you were looking at the messages down there.
Oh, I have a jersey on the way that's going to have it somewhere, so don't worry about it.
As long as it's got the Team Fats logo.
It will, definitely.
All right. We'll let you guys get out. We'll bring Matt in, and we will wrap this up. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Yep.
Well, that was another great event.
It was.
Worked out really good. We want to thank all 82 who came out to bowl, and we hope to see everybody. Excellent turnout, and we hope to see everybody next Sunday at Clearview Lanes for the three-person team tournament. Don't forget, discount entry fee ends tonight, and you want to sign up in advance, at least with a deposit, even if you don't know your three bowlers yet, because we will take up to 42 teams next week, but the first 32 are only guaranteed to bowl on the same lanes. For teams 33 through 42, they bowl across the bottom. So we will fill the place up, 33 to 40, I think. I just said it wrong. But in any case, sign up in advance so that you don't miss out on big event next Sunday for the three-person team event, and we will see you back on the lanes then.
Yep. All right. From all of us here at the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Show to all of you, have a safe, happy, and healthy week. We'll see you next week from Clearview.
See ya.